Yến mẫu em con đi của chia đâu được.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you're able for the national anthem of Nepal. Please remain standing if you're able for the national anthem of the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Very good evening to all the viewers tuning in. The match you're going to watch is and Iran. Iran have started on a very bright note a couple of nights back, overpowering the Blue Tigresses. But tonight presents a different opportunity, a different challenge against a very resilient Nepal side. Couldn't quite make the cut to Australia 2026. Jumped 11 positions in the FIFA rankings. Currently ranked 89th, up against ranked 70th Iran. And final photo ops before the all-important kickoff. It's a pretty young side, led by the ever-experienced Sabitra Bhandari. And her counterpart, Zahra Ghanbari. The two captains for tonight, the all-time high scorers for their respective sides. Guillaume, the refereeing contingent for this fixture, has got services of Shering Chodan and Shering Punso. The fourth official for this fixture is Pansa Chestnut. The only time these two sides have met back in 2019 at the Kalinga Stadium in Bhubaneswar. Nepal seeing the bright light after the end of 90 minutes, winning the game by 3-0. A brace coming in from Sabitra Bhandari in that fixture. The major missing for Nepal in this fixture is Geeta Rana. One of their mainstays in the back line, has been rock solid right throughout. Been nursing an injury for a long time. Has undergone a surgery last month. We wish and hope a speedy recovery to Geeta. That presents a very big opportunity for the likes of Samiksha, Bimla. Hira Bujel and Deepa Shahi, who were both out injured against Bhutan game back in 2024 SAF Women's Championship. And good to see them back after a long year fight and resilience. And off we go with the ref's whistle. Iran in all white, Nepal in red. Nepal going from left to right on your screens. Sabitra Bhandari, 60 caps and 66 goals for her. Highest all-time highest scorer for Nepal. Is not new to this ground. He scored a brace against Sri Lanka back in 2016. And of course has been in India. He's won 3 competitions, 3 IWL titles, 1 with Setu FC and 2 with Gokulam Kerala. And straight away Nepal and trying to show some sense of urgency. And that midfield would be the pivotal part of this fixture. Preeti Rai. The ball distribution has been absolutely sublime for the clubs, for the country. And Sabitra plays out the back. This Fatime has had a very good game against India. Trying to find an option coming in from the right there. Zara Ganbari, Manjula Subba. Preferred for this fixture, 58 caps for Anjila. Is out of favour for the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers. Gets her position back in the squad. Nabeen Neopane, 1 month into the job tomorrow, is already presented with a stern challenge of facing Iran and India in this Tri-Nation tournament. You would hope he comes on the right side of results in these 2 fixtures. They travel to Indonesia in November. Got a game against Indonesia and Chinese Taipei. A couple of friendlies in that Tri-Nation tournament for the Nepal girls. Nicked away by Preeti Rai. Holding strong. Here's Renuka. Finds an option towards the right. Sabitra Bhandari on the far right, calling for the ball. Well fended. Nisha gets dispossessed. Here's Shabnam Bahish. Back towards Atife. There's one change in the playing 11 for Iran tonight. Sana Sadiq starts off the bench, and Afsani finds herself a spot in the starting 11. It's Preeti again. Brilliant control. Guest is possessed. Iran. They followed the strategy of hitting out on the counter in the previous fixture. Here comes Fatime. Fatime one-on-one. Forced to go back and find Zehra. Back with Fatime again. Has got a couple of options waiting inside the box. Plays it nice and low towards Zehra. Taken out by a red shirt, and just knocks it out for a throw-in. It's a decent turnout for this fixture. Considering the fact that the home side is not taking part tonight. Here's Preeti. Plays it down the line and finds Samitra. And Nepal are away. Samitra Bandari is giving it a chase. Atife Imani holding on to it. Tracks back and makes sure Samitra Bandari is kept away. First Nepalese player to play and score in top-tier European League, Samitra Bandari. First ever South Asian player to score a hat-trick in top-tier European League. Has moved on a 2-year contract to Wellington Phoenix in Australia. It's been a long, illustrious career for the Nepal captain. Here's Nisha. Taken away by Atife. Sane hustling for it. Gets herself a throw-in. One bit of Sane, Raujan, Samrian and Zehra Ganbari up front. Across and Anjila Subba, a routine save in the end, and a pretty quick restart from the right. Read that well. We've got Fatime Amine Boraziani, Malika, Atife Ramizani Ziani, and Atife Imani in the back. Found herself in a decent spot there, but couldn't quite unleash towards Anjila Subba. A decent move from Iran. And into the 7th minute of the first half. Deadlock yet to be broken. Zehra. He's got to run it towards the right. Hira Kumari ensures safety on that occasion. It's been a decent start, played with a lot of intensity, though no clear-cut chances have been created so far. It's still early days in the game. They've been runners-up of the SAF Women Championship 6 times, Nepal. And the latest being back in 2024. Lost out to Bangladesh in that final. And then the runners-up of the International Women's Championship against Myanmar. Played in front of a capacity crowd back in Kathmandu. Fatime trying to feed of Sane. Sane takes the touch and skies it over. Here's Bimla. Slides for it in the end from Afsane. Iran pretty swift to win the ball back. Fatime Shaban finding Rajan, taken away again by that back line of Nepal. Here's Preeti Rai, does well to get away from the first, and a heavy first touch letting Preeti down. Iran back with the ball. Here's Yazdani for Atife. Space ahead of her. Zehra trying to link up that back line, and those playing further forward. Here's Sabita Rana. Sabita for Sabitra Bhandari. Gets dispossessed. The challenge was coming from behind. She's got herself a free kick there, Sabitra Bhandari. How big was the contact? Yes. Stamped on her right feet there. Free kick for Nepal. Who's it going to be? Preeti Rai or Pooja? Set up. Sabitra lets it go. An easy grab in the end for Raha Yazdani. Wasn't tested enough. A couple of nights back against the Blue Tigresses. She'll have to deal with the Sabitra Bhandari factor in this contest. As Preeti takes turns. Sabitra plays it back towards Renuka. Lobs one in the air. Still Nepal with the possession. Knocked out by Fatime. Those of you tuning in, this is a Tri-Nation tournament being played out here in Shillong at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium, involving the host country India, Nepal and Iran. Iran beat India in the opening fixture by 2-0. Second game of the tournament underway between Nepal and Iran. Game to follow on 27th of October between India and Nepal. You hear the chants of Nepal in the stands. Here's Pooja. Slick one-touch passing. It's Pooja again. Decides to go with the long ball. Known to keep their tight lines. Iran been pretty solid defensively. Taken away by Iran. It's got Fatima ahead of her. Continued with the overlapping run. And decides to go with the long ball towards Afsane, but ends up overhitting it. It's played for Setu FC Anjila Subba. 7 games back in 2023-24 season. Zehra goes back for Malika. Another long ball forward. Afsane is giving it a chase. Afsane gets to the end of it first. Not allowed to turn, but turns eventually. Takes the strike towards the target. The first real attempt from Iran. Gets a bit of a space there and was quick to spot Shabnam Behesh. Doesn't shy away from taking the strike at the target. Putting Anjila Subba to test for the very first time this evening. Shabnam feel too comfortable at the moment. He's got the physio out. Almost the end of the first quarter here at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium. It's been goalless so far. Back on her feet now and seem to be moving well. Shabnam Bahish has had a decent game against India. And Sara Didar, as she did in the last fixture, starts this game out on the bench and scored a brace in the space of about 10 minutes to take the game from India's reach. Blundered goals left, right and centre in the Asian Cup qualifiers. Nepal went down in the penalties to Uzbekistan in that last fixture. Scored as many as 20 goals in 3 games. Zahra winning the ball back. Atife holds it down forward for Afsane. Afsane one-on-one with the full back. Still Afsane, pretty strong. Gets across into as a back post. Kunjila might have got a touch to that. There's everybody and goes out for a throw-in. That is something Iran can do pretty effectively. They are good, pretty direct. Very good in the air as well as with their cross options. It's good to see the support for both the sides here. Another chance of encouragement coming in for Iran as well as for Nepal. Cut back. Here's Nepal now. Finds Sabitra Bhandari towards the left. Sabitra one-on-one with Atife. Still Sabitra waiting for the options to arrive inside the box. It's Preeti. Takes it, turns, never so effortlessly. Preeti Rai has been a prime feature to her game. Controls the ball beautifully and has been absolutely pinpoint with her passing options. Hasn't had enough in the first 16-17 minutes here. It's going to be a free kick for Iran. Atife Imani. Weighing her options. Atife keeps it low. Zahra spreads it towards the left. Back with Zahra. Under pressure from Sabitra, forced to go back. Here's Fatime. Lobs that one in the air. Finds a white shirt. Looks up for options. Tries to find Fatime. And a clearance just in the nick of time from Pooja. For a moment it looked like Fatime Shaban had an option to go full throttle towards the goal. There's Afsane. Brilliant pass to pick out Fatime Shaban. Defensive job ahead here. Here's the Raganbari. Flows it towards the back post. It's still Iran. Nepal with the ball now. Vimla, Pooja, giving the ball in those tight sort of spaces here. This is Preeti Rai. Renuka, beg your pardon.
हेलो साथीहरु सब्स्क्राइब पनि गरौँ है साथीहरु लाइभ देखाउनै मिलेको छैन सब्स्क्राइब गरिदिनु है त ल
Renuka Nagarkote, Sabitra Rana, Preeti Rai and Rekha Paul in the middle of the park for Nepal. One of the most experienced players in the pitch, Renuka with 56 caps. We're 20 minutes into the first half. Deadlock yet to be broken. Iran has had one decent opportunity towards the target. Nothing significant has come up from Nepal. Here's Preeti. Still Preeti takes a strike, gets the shot blocked. Sabitra. Back with Nepal through Renuka this time. Plays it down the line for Sabitra. Renuka again. Floats it forward. Goes all the way towards Raha Yazdani. Here's Preeti right now. Preeti going full 360. Here's Renuka. Back with Renuka. Switches the play towards Pooja. It's Pooja. Preeti again. Run. There's been a few starts and stops in the last couple of minutes. Both the sides haven't been able to sort of string a few passes together. Nepal been decent defensively, considering the fact that they are 58 caps for Geeta Rana alone. Iran looked like for a moment Raujin was definitely there with a shout. Heavy first touch again has let Preeti ride down. He's dropping in deep. Zaira Ghanbari. Zaira. Fatime is calling for the ball. And that's going to stand as a goal kick. It's Preeti again, Renuka. It's been a midfield battle so far in the last 5 or 8 minutes. Sabita pulls it back for Renuka, who floats one inside. And a header just at the right time for Atife. Sabitra Bandari was lurking towards the end of it. Shabnam. Sabitra wins the ball back. Here's Smita. Again, that final ball not being precise enough. They haven't created enough so far. Nepal. It's a similar kind of template that Iran played against India. Never allowed the opposition to create enough chances. They kept winning the ball back. And again wins the possession. Still Iran. Spots the run from the left, but decides to go the switch and play and find Shabnam Behesht. And forced clearance from Hira Kumari Pujel. It's making a comeback after a year. There's Iran. Preeti for Renuka. And Sabita gets dispossessed. Here's Zehra. Haven't been allowed to get off their strides as yet. Holding pretty tight lines. Iran. 26 minutes into the first half and still goalless. There's been one strike towards the target from Iran 10 minutes back. Zahra Ghanbari wins a free kick for a foul committed by Renuka. Renuka Nagakote, 30 years old, 56 caps for her. Still haven't seen enough coming in from the likes of Rekha. It's going to be Atife again behind this one. Floats it
सब्सक्राइब पनि
forward.
गरौँ है
Has to
साथीहरू
go up.
सब्सक्राइब
Looks
गरौँ
like
यहाँ
it
लाइभ
came
देख्नु
off,
मिलेको छैन सब्सक्राइब गरौँ है त सबैजनाले
the white
सब्सक्राइब
shirt.
सपोर्ट गर्दै
Not
जाउँ
sure
न
it
त
is. It's going to be a
साथीहरू
goal kick. Decides to go with a long ball.
तपाईहरुले सब्स्क्राइब गर्नु भएन
Jila
लाइभ
Sabba.
हेर्न पाउनुहुन्न साथीहरू खोइ
Intensity has
देखिनै देखिनै
slightly
ल
died
है
down a
त
bit
सब्स्क्राइब
in
गरौँ है
the last few
सब्स्क्राइब
minutes. And that can swiftly change. Scoops one in the air. Preeti Rai. It's a touch to it. And still Preeti. A couple of knockdowns. Here's Sabita. Finds Sabitra Bhandari with a delightful ball. And still Sabita. Gets it out from that space. And feeds one in the red shirt inside the box. From Nepal. Trying to get themselves into those sort of spaces from where they can affect the game. ground this time. Angela Subba. Oh! That could have been mighty close. Pooja goes down on the ground. Held her ground there. Pooja. Took it on the face. It's going to be a corner. Yeah, we're definitely in with a shout there. And that is something they keep doing with utmost precision. One long ball forward, and they are definitely a chance to try and put some pressure on that back line. A strategy that they have followed so effectively in the previous game, and again bringing to the fore here in this fixture. Zahra lifts one towards the back post. Wasn't far away. Tantalizingly close this time as well. Knocking on the door now, Iran. Fatime Amine. It's Preeti. It's played for Kickstart FC here in India. He couldn't quite get the clearance right. Rekha Patel strikes! That was a glorious moment. Had to hit the target from there on, Rekha.
हेलो साथीहरु
Ever so well to try
सब्स्क्राइब पनि
and
गर्नुभयो
counter pass
साथीहरु
there.
सब्स्क्राइब पनि
Couldn't quite get the
गर्नुहोस्
clearance
अनि
right,
मात्रै हेर्न
and
पाइन्छ है
Rekha
साथीहरु
Patel
नयाँ साथीहरु
did well to get to the end of it.
तपाईहरुले सपोर्ट गर्नुस् है साथीहरु एकदम सब्स्क्राइब चाहिँ गर्नु नयाँ साथीहरुले एकदम सब्स्क्राइब गर्नुहोस् अनि लाइभमा जोडिनुहोस् लाइभ हेर्नुहोस्
Chances are coming on both sides of the pitch now.
म पनि नयाँ हो एकदमै नयाँ साथीहरु हैन मैले युट्युब पनि नयाँ चलाइरहेको एकदमै नयाँ हो त्यही भएर साथीहरु सब्स्क्राइब गरिदिनुहोस् है त प्लिज है साथीहरु
Tight space there. Rekha Patel goes down to the ground. And pretty swift for the restart. It's been held back by the official on the touchline there. Atife. The ball goes the other way this time for a foul committed. Pooja. Just calming things down there. Choki Om. Pooja. Switches towards Bimla. Bimla with a long ball inside the box. Raha is out of her spot and punches it out. Still waiting for that one clear-cut opportunity for Sabitra Bhandari to score from. It hasn't been fair enough this evening. He's known for scoring goals left, right and centre. And Sabitra Bhandari has scored 62 goals in 24 appearances in the IWL. And still holds a record for the highest number of goals scored in the league. Just 3 involvements. Across towards the back post! Angela Subba was nowhere near to it. Fatime Shaban couldn't quite get to the end. And again across, obviating the monotony this time from the right. Looks like it might has come off Pooja. Nevertheless, another corner. As Zahra Ghanbari flows this one towards the back post. Living dangerously at the moment are Nepal. Zahra for Atife. Rekha performing her defensive duties. Still Rekha Patel. Just gets it out of clearance. And this is when Iran could be very dangerous.
ल है साथीहरु सब्स्क्राइब पनि गर्नुस् है साथीहरु सपोर्ट गर्नुहोस् है, मलाई सपोर्ट गर्नुहोस्, एकदमै सपोर्ट गर्नुहोस्।
Given away by
नयाँ हो कि
Hira.
एकदमै नयाँ च्यानल हो कि त्यही भएर
Numbers
साथीहरू
in the final
अलिकति
third. In the white shirt there.
के भन्ने अब
Zahra now.
तपाईँहरूलाई
Lifts one over. Couldn't quite get it over the back line. Back with Zahra again. Here's Zahra Ghanbari. Back flicks and Renuka is there for the retrieval. Hira.
लाइक पनि गर्नु पर्यो, सब्सक्राइब
East
पनि
of the
गर्नु
ball
पर्यो है
there this
साथीहरू।
time by Raujin.
सब्सक्राइब गर्नु भएन भने त हेर्नै मिल्दैन है त।
Physicality they
एकदम
bring to the
सब्सक्राइब
game.
चाहिँ गरेर
Second
लाइभ
to none.
हेर्नुहोस् है त, सपोर्ट
Iran.
गर्नुहोस् है, मलाई पनि एकदम सब्सक्राइब
Drop you
गर्नु
off the ball within no time. Here's Zahra Ghanbari. Lifts one over and hope to find the captain. Gets it well over. We've still got about 10 minutes left in the normal time plus the stoppages to follow. No goals yet. Iran have come close a couple of times in the first half hour. Nepal had a decent opportunity. It's Preeti.
सब्सक्राइब गर्नुभएको साथीहरूलाई धन्यवाद छ है त। थ्याङ्क यू है, थ्याङ्क यू थ्याङ्क यू थ्याङ्क यू थ्याङ्क यू भाइहरूलाई धन्यवाद छ। ल अब
Zahra. A bit sloppy there, gives the possession away. Here's Renuka. Toe pokes it towards the left. And still Nepal, trying to get it inside the box towards Sabitra Bhandari. Here's Sabita. Couldn't quite keep it on target. Got some space to shoot and decides to go all by herself. Not testing Raha Yazdani on that occasion. Nabina Nupani towards the right bottom corner of your screens. The Nepal head coach. And there you have Nabi Nupani. Will be 1 month old into the job tomorrow. And it's been a decent first half from their standpoint, considering the fact that they've got a pretty inexperienced sort of a back line. They have so far stood the Iran challenge. There's Preeti, space to work in front of her. Here's Rekha, under pressure from Atife. Swept away by Malika this time. Preeti. And still Preeti. 2v1. Nepal win the ball back eventually. Here's Renuka. Finds Sabitra. Takes it, turns. Gets a knock on her left foot. Waved off by the ref. Here's Rekha Paudel. Has got an option in front of her. And blocked. Most like hounding a red shirt there. Isn't moving at all. Was called for the physio there, Sabitra Bhandari. Is feeling that left foot of her. Allows for a bit of a breather for the players. Grab a drink or two, just re-strategize, reset themselves. Marziya Jafari, always animated with a set of instructions. And started coaching at the age of 17, has won the Women's Championship Iran for 11 times with Pam Khatun. Won the AFC Women's Coach of the Year in October, early part of October. Just 3 months into the job, and has done brilliantly to get themselves a ticket to Australia for next year. And these games present a very good opportunity for all these players involved, for India, for Iran, to get themselves prepared for the challenges to come ahead. And like I said before, Nepal will be in Indonesia towards the end of November for another tri-nation.
जय साथीहरू लाइक सब्सक्राइब अनि
Back to live action now. Here's
कमेन्ट पनि गर्नु है साथीहरू
Atife. A long ball forward. Hira deals with it effectively. And Sabitra. It's been pretty resolute backline of Iran.
अम्बिका आचार्य
Nothing away.
अम्बिका
Nothing to
आचार्यजीले
chance so
चाहिँ
far.
नेपाल विन भन्नुभएको छ ऊ नेपालले नै जित्छ अब
Sabitra.
कामना गरौँ
Renuka gets
Right.
dispossessed. Here's
तपाईँहरूको
Zahra.
कमेन्ट पनि पढ्ने प्रयास गरिरहेको छु
Still
साथीहरू
with Zahra.
सब्सक्राइब चाहिँ गर्नु हो त
Bat first touch lets her
प्लिज
down.
है त
Renuka
सपोर्ट
wins it
गर्नुहोस् है
back.
साथीहरू
Had the option to fly forward. Here's Sabitra Bandari's away. She's got Rekha Paul arriving from the other side. And brilliant defensive work. They've got themselves a corner. It was a bright move coming in from Nepal through that left channel. Looks like it was Atife who got that sliding tackle. The first change for Iran. Raujin Tamrian gives her way to Sara Didar. Scored a brace in that last game. No overhead kick, blinder of a goal. Then scored the second one in a space of about 10 minutes. And scored in the AFC qualifiers as well against Jordan. The last game they played before coming to India. That was back in July. There's Nepal meanwhile with the corner, cleared away by Zahra Ghanbari. Still got 3 minutes left in the regulation time. Sane. We've got to be watchful now with Sara Didar's introduction. She's got pace, she's got the accuracy. Zahra. Miss Sabita gives the ball away. There's Iran now. Still holds on to it. Malika. Atife. It's brilliantly. There's Rekha. In the middle of the park again, gets dispossessed. Unfortunately falls towards a red shirt. Here's Renuka. Sabita floats it towards Preeti Rai, who was in much advancing position. The ball finds Sabitra Bhandari this time. Sabitra shoots and goes just wide of the target. That is something which Sabitra Bhandari brings to the side. One opportunity, one moment, and all that can change. Lets it roll through, takes a decent first touch. The only downside was it was going away from the target. scored a brace on this ground, Savitra Bhandari, almost 10 years back. Back with Rekha. Floated towards the far right to find Preeti with a brilliant first touch to bring it down. Preeti setting up Sabita. And again, that play in the final third hasn't been pinpoint accurate for Nepal. Hasn't been tested enough in the first half. Raha Yazdani, 2 minutes have been added on as stoppages. Nepal with the ball through Renuka. Sabita Rana. Renuka. Savitra Bhandari has made that run again, not on the same page. And Savitra was absolutely livid following that play. There's Preeti. Scans options towards the center. There's Sabita. He's got two waiting inside the box. And again, eased off the ball pretty easily in the end. Floated forward. Jila Subba hangs on to it. Dying moments in the stoppages. Zatife is under pressure from Rekha. Is it Shabnam Behisht? Zahra back with Shabnam. Long ball forward. And that's the end of the first half, says Choki Om. It's been a goal list. First set of 45 minutes. Iran had a couple of decent opportunities, and so did Nepal on the other side of the pitch. Rekha Paurel couldn't quite provide the finishing touch to a missed clearance by the Nepal backline.
कमेन्ट गरौँ है साथीहरू, कमेन्ट गरौँ, म कमेन्ट पढ्छु। हाफ टाइम भइसकेको छ साथीहरू। एकदम लाइभ है साथी, लाइभ हो। झापाली बस्ने सरले चाहिँ लाइभ हो भन्नुभएको चाहिँ एकदम लाइभ हो होइन। अलिक राम्रोसँग क्लियर देखाउनु न हो। यस सर, भइहाल्छ नि सर। करण घरती मगरज्यू भइहाल्छ नि सर। कोसिस चाहिँ गरेको छु होइन, एकदम क्लियर राम्रो देखाउने कोसिस चाहिँ गरिरहेको छु सर। अब हेर्नु न, म पनि नयाँ नयाँ हो, मेरो पनि नयाँ च्यानल हो, त्यही भएर साथीहरू सपोर्ट गर्नुहोस् है त। साथीहरूको सपोर्टको म आशावादी छु है त। तपाईँहरू पनि सब्सक्राइब गर्दै आउनुहोस्, अनि म पनि तपाईँहरूलाई सब्सक्राइब गर्छु। सपोर्ट एकअर्कामा सपोर्ट गर्दै जाउँ है साथीहरू। एट द MTM14D कुन गेम हो भन्नुभएको रहेछ। यो चाहिँ महिला वुमेन्स च्याम्पियनसिप हो है साथीहरू। यो चाहिँ त्रिदेशीय हो, भारत अनि इरान हो है त सर। ल, भारतको पनि आज चाहिँ भारत र नेपाल र इरान हो है त साथीहरू। ल, बुधन रोय, मैले बुझिनँ हौ सर, यो के हो? महिला फुटबल हो सर, कुन गेम हो? मैले पढिसकेँ क्या हो। एकदम चाहिँ यो महिला फुटबल हो है साथीहरू। अनि एकदम हाफ टाइम भइरहेछ यो चाहिँ, अनि बराबरी छ, एकदम टक्कर छ। हेर्नको लागि चाहिँ एकदम सब्सक्राइब गरेर अगाडि आउनु होला है त। लाइभमा जोडिनुहोस् है साथीहरू। सुरज राई हाफ टाइम हो सर भन्नुहुन्छ। एकदम सर हाफ टाइम हो है यो चाहिँ। दिलेश र के हो, मैले पढ्नै जानिनँ है त। थ्याङ्क यू, यति भए नि हेर्न पाइयो हो सर। तपाईँलाई पनि धन्यवाद छ मेरो लाइभ हेरिदिनु भएकोमा साथी। सब्सक्राइब चाहिँ गरिदिनु होला है त। विशेष लामाजी, कति गोल भयो? गोल भएको छैन सर, एकदम टक्कर छ, बराबर छ है त। बराबर एकदम। लाइभमा आउनुहोस् अनि हेर्नुहोस्, एकदम टक्कर छ है त साथी। ल, नवीन राई सरले नि भन्नुभएको छ हाफ टाइम भएको। हजुर सर, हाफ टाइम भएको सर। अनि सुरज राईजीले गेम त मलाई त यस्तो पढ्नु पनि आउँदैन सर। प्रतिशत छ, 100% एकदमै सपोर्ट गरौँ नेपालको लागि, प्रार्थना पनि गरौँ सर नेपालको लागि। एकदम राम्रो छ होइन त। ल त साथीहरू, सब्सक्राइब गर्दै अगाडि आउनुहोस् है त। राजीव चौधरीजी, हाम्रो चेलीहरूले पेलिरहेछ है सर। एकदमै जो हाम्रो चेलीबेटी हो नि त, नेपाली हो क्या, एकदम नेपाली चेलीहरू नेपालको शान हो नि त हो सर। सुरज राईजीले तर पनि नेपालले जित्छ 100% चाहिँ भनौँ सर। कामना गरौँ, प्रार्थना गरौँ, एकदमै जित्छ, एकदमै टक्कर दिइरहेछ भनौँ न, पेलिरहेछ भनौँ। हाम्रो के अरे राजीव सरले भने जस्तै पेलिरहेछ। सोलो ब्रोन ट्राभल के हो यो? अलिक मैले बुझिरहेन हौ सर। अब रेणुका पनि बुढी भएछ। खै सर, बुढी त त्यस्तो त छैन जस्तो लाग्छ। नवीन राई अलिक क्लियर देखाउनु पर्यो। हुन्छ सर, कोसिस गरिरहेको छु सर। हेर्नु न, अब म पनि अलिकति नयाँ भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि यस्तै भइरहेछ हौ सर। देखाउने चाहिँ म कोसिस एकदम गरिरहेको छु होइन। राजीव चौधरी हाफमा 2 गोल पक्कै हाल्नुहुन्छ होला सायद, प्रार्थना गरौँ, कामना गरौँ। पक्कै पनि नेपालले पेलिरहेको छ। धन्यवाद सर, राजीव चौधरी सरलाई कमेन्ट गरिदिनु भएको लागि। विलेश के हो, कमेन्ट फास्ट रेडी गर्नु। ओके सर। अनि हाम्रो हो स्लो खेल्न नसके जस्तो लाग्यो रेणुकाले यो पाली। कोचले राम्रो प्लेयर हेर्नु खेलाएछ तर 433 कति हेर्न पनि। हाँस्नु भएको छ सोल्टी। ल राजीव चौधरी सर, रेखाले स्लो मोसनमा हानेको भए त्यो गोल पक्कै हुन्थ्यो नि सर। हो नि हो सर, के गर्ने, खेलमा गएपछि अलिक भने जस्तो हुँदैन सर। तामाङ अविनाश सरले चाहिँ भने शुभको हो र गेम सुरु भएको होइन सर, हाफ टाइम भएको। अब हाफ टाइम पछि लाइभमा आउनु होला है त सर। एकदम सब्सक्राइब गरेर जानुहोस् है सर ल, हेर्नको लागि चाहिँ एकदम। अनि सुरज राई सरले भन्नुभयो प्राय गर्नु पर्दैन र आराम टिममा। म्यानेजमेन्ट र कोच दामी छ अहिले, जतिखेर पनि 433 कमेन्ट मात्र खेलाउने। मिक्से नेपाल सरले भन्नुभएको छ जय नेपाल भन्नुभयो। जय नेपाल, जय नेपाल। बट सर 20 जनाको खेल हो, कति गाह्रो हुन्छ होइन, डिफ्रेन्ट खेल्ने मान्छे हो नि सर। चिलहरू गोल त लाएन त के हो सर, बुझिनँ हौ मैले। होमाले सर, यो गेम कहाँ भइरहेछ हो सर? यो गेम चाहिँ इन्डियामा भइरहेछ सर। यो के अरे जवाहरलाल नेहरू स्टेडियममा भइरहेछ हो सर। 2 जना त किपर भए हाल्थ्यो। गौतम यसले इन्डियामा, हजुर इन्डियामा हो, इन्डियामा। अनु निरौलाजी, गेम सुरु भएको चाहिँ छैन सर। हाफ टाइम भयो, सुरु भएर नै हाफ टाइम भएको छ। अब हाफ टाइम पछि सुरु हुन्छ सर। तामाङजीले भन्नुभएको छ कसरी हेर्ने हो लाइभ हजुर? राजीव चौधरी फिफा प्लसमा गएर हेर्नु होला। हो सर, हो फिफा प्लसमा जाने अनि त्यहाँ गएर हेर्ने त तामाङ सरजी। सब्सक्राइब पनि गर्नु है साथीहरू ल। म पनि एकदमै नयाँ हो अहिले, मलाई पनि त्यति छैन, ज्ञान छैन योको बारेमा होइन। अहिले पनि लाइभ राम्रो देखाउने प्रयास गरिरहेको छु साथीहरू। अनि सुनिल लामा हेलो हेलो। नेपालले कति गोल हाल्ला गेस गर्नुहोस् है। पक्का पनि 2-3 गोल चाहिँ हाल्नुपर्छ। सर हजुरको इङ्ग्लिस कमजोर छ। हो सरी एकदम सही हो सर यार। सुरज राई सर एकदमै कमजोर, पुरै कमजोर छ सर यार। त्यति पढ्न पनि गाह्रो हुन्छ हौ मलाई त। प्रकाश तामाङ सरले चाहिँ भने कति भयो भन्नुभएको रहेछ भर्खर। हाफ टाइम भएको छ सर। मिक्सेन लिङ्गु सर लुङ्गा सेवारो है लुङ्गा सेवारो। लु जित्नुपर्छ है नेपाललाई, जिताउनुपर्छ, जित्नु पर्छ है नेपाललाई। हो सर हो, जित्नुपर्छ है लुङ्गा, एकदम सपोर्ट गर्नुहोस्। धन्यवाद हजुर। ल लामा तामाङ जोलाई पनि सेवा लासो फ्यापुला छ, धन्यवाद छ है त। राम न्यौपाने हेलो ब्रो, ह्याप्पी दिवाली हजुरलाई पनि धन्यवाद, थ्याङ्क यू। खरेल सरले अहिले राम्रै देख्नु नि सर। हेलो अलिक राम्ररी देखाउनु न सर। ओके सर, म देखाउने प्रयास चाहिँ गरिरहेको छु है त। निरौला रेखा इज बेस्ट प्लेयर। हाम्रो सुरज सरले भने जस्तो अलिक राम्रो छ मेरो चाहिँ। अलिक साह्रो बोल्नु हो न भाइ। अर्को पालि चाहिँ एकदमै प्रिपेयर भएर आउँछ है सरहरू है त साथीहरू। सन्देश भण्डारी कसरी हेर्ने? ओ सर क्रोम ब्राउजरमा जाने अनि के अरे फिफा प्लसबाट हेर्नुहोस् है त। गेम सुरु भइसक्यो साथीहरू। Suraj Rai.
Iran
Thank you.
Through
Thank
Zahra.
you host गर्नुभएकोमा।
Finds an option towards the left.
धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद है मलाई।
Couple of steps forward, kicks it across.
एकदम धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद
Has
है
taken a
त।
deflection
Thank you है
and has
त।
gone out for a corner.
निर्मल राई, अब नेपालले खेल सुरु भएको
Played
5
more
मिनेटमा
central in the
गोल
last
गर्छ,
fixture. Zahra
त्यही नै
Al-Bari
निर्णायक गोल
this
हुन्छ।
time
एकदमै
deep to
प्रार्थना
try
गरौँ है
and create
सरहरू है त,
spaces.
सपोर्ट गरौँ।
Another corner. Keeps it short this time. Zahra towards the back post. How did that miss? They're up in arms there. Angela Subba wasn't pleased with her back line. problem of too many, perhaps.
नेटा
Two
गुगल
players lurking for the ball
गेमको
down the
साउन्ड
back post.
छैन
And in the end, neither of the two could
सुन्नु भएको
get
छैन
to
र
the end
सर
of it or meet it with precision. Here's Sabitra. Decent first touch. Lets it roll through for the
साउन्ड
Iranian.
आएको छैन छ कि
Sabita
छैन
Rana
भन्नुहोस् है साथीहरू
gets the crossing, but Natife Imani is right up there. Fatime. Still Nepal. Malika. Savitra takes it with us.
विनोद चौधरी सर
Tries to find
नेपालको गेम राम्रो छ एकदम राम्रो छ है यो महिलाहरूको चाहिँ एकदम हाम्रो चेलीहरूको चाहिँ एकदम राम्रो छ है त
It's been a good start to the second half for Iran.
ममता तामाङ
Putting the ball into those dangerous areas and
हाम्रो लाइभमा जोडिनु भएको छ तपाईँलाई धन्यवाद छ विशाल 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 आइरहेछ हो अलिक आएको छ कि छैन भन्नुहोस् है साथीहरू ल
back into the side, back into the national side after a gap of 1 year. It's been good so far. I've been able to preserve that clean sheet.
सुनिल बराल
Especially with the likes of Sara Didar.
वेलकम सर है सर तपाईँलाई पनि धन्यवाद छ है हाम्रो लाइभमा जोडिनु भएको लागि मेरो लाइभमा एकदम जोडिनु भएको लागि धन्यवाद छ है त सर अनि लाइक र सब्स्क्राइब पनि गर्नुहोस् है त सर सन्तोष लिम्बू सेवारो नाइस छ सेवारो छ ल सन्तोष लिम्बू सरलाई धन्यवाद छ मेरो लाइभमा जोडिनु भएको छ पोपो के भयो स्लो सो के भयो सोल्टी के भएको छैन हौ सोल्टी
There's Sara Didar. Sara!
Shot.
Starts the game from where she had left in the last fixture. Precision of an artist. Power of a hurricane. Gets Iran up and running in the second half. They have been looking for it. Long ball forward. Iran known for their physicality. He's dropped the ball there. Pimla. And all she had to do was put it across Anjila Supa, which she did ever so effectively. Brilliant finish.
Kailas, good luck Nepal. धन्यवाद छ सरलाई धन्यवाद मेरो लाइभमा जोडिनु भएको छ सर दिपोललाई पनि धन्यवाद छ है त हैन नबोली बस्नु सकिन्न
We see a repost. A swift one at that. Pimla for Pooja.
दिवाली छ
Starts to go with a long ball. Sabitra Bhandari's away. Raha Yazdani reads that one really well. Comes out of her blocks and grabs that one quite comfortably in the end. That is something you'll have to keep doing on a consistent basis now, Nepal. Get Sabitra Bhandari on the ball. We need to create a couple of glorious opportunities, good chances for her. Try and test out that back line of Iran.
मुटु दुख्यो साथीहरु मुटु दुख्यो के गर्ने होला अब अब आशा गरौँ प्रार्थना गरौँ साथीहरु नेपालले पनि गोल हान्नु पर्छ
Another long ball forward. Sara Didar is away here.
किन हाफ टाइम पछि त के भयो यार ग्याउने लस भयो त
Wasn't allowed to turn there. Looks like there was a nudge in the back and the referee has finally called it. Hands on the hips there for Rekha Paudal. Meera Kumari Bhujar on that occasion being the guilty party. And that's definitely in the range for somebody like Zahra Ghanbari. Nepal will want to make sure they don't concede the second one way too early. She scored one in similar fashion a couple of nights back. Overpowering the defense And this time from the right side of the pitch.
सुरज राई सर
Here's Zahra.
जित्नु चाहिँ पर्ने हो है सर
Goes for goal! And what a strike! What a screamer! That is a brilliant finish from the set piece. Iran go 2 goals up in no time.
के गर्यो साथीहरु यार छ्या
The net was just a backdrop of a brilliance.
मुटु फुट्ला
The
जस्तो
captain,
भइसक्यो
the leading scorer for Iran. Anjila Subba did get a hand to it, but couldn't quite parry it away. And Nepal have conceded for the second time this evening. Zahra Ghanbari with her first of the tournament, her first of the night. It's going to be a daunting task for Nepal to try and climb back.
केदार भुजेल सरले पनि जय नेपालमा जय नेपाल सर
Will be on the road,
दाइ
red
म
shirt with
हेर्दिन
Yaman,
अब
the number 9.
मलाई पनि त्यस्तै भइरहेछ हौ सर यार मुटु भत पोलेर मुटु एकदम फुट्ला जस्तो भयो के गर्ने यार अब खेल हो सर के गर्ने यार अब टाइम त अझै छन्छै छ सर आशा गरौँ एकदमै सर सुरज सर कामना गरौँ है त केही छैन भन्नुभएको छ हो एकदमै केही छैन 2 गोल केही पनि होइन अब 3 गोल चाहिँ लाउनु पर्यो नेपालले किन हाफ टाइम पछि चाहिँ एकदम उ भयो यार छ्या
Lobs it over the back line. Yes, Sarah Didar into action
किन
once
यस्तो
again.
भयो के हाफ टाइम पछि चाहिँ
Zahra. Back flicks it towards Sarah. Malika.
एकदमै सुरज सर हान्नु चाहिँ पर्यो क्या अब
Iran
सुगम बिगे
finding themselves into those sort
के
of spaces
भो
quite frequently now.
के हुनु र सर
There you have it for commitment.
आए मेरो मुटु
Keep it out of the reach
दुख्यो
of
दुख्यो
Samandari. Here's Iran again on the ball. Takes it
कामना
to
गरौँ है कामना गरौँ
No pressure
साथीहरु
whatsoever.
कामना गरौँ
Sarah
ए
works it backwards. Ghanbari. Back with Zahra in the middle of the pitch. Given away a bit sloppy from Malika on that occasion. Rekha Paurel. Renuka. Spriti Rai.
सब्स्क्राइब पनि गरौँ है साथीहरु सब्स्क्राइब पनि गरौँ
Finds Rekha. Decent first
मलाई
touch. Here's
मेरो
Rekha again.
च्यानललाई सपोर्ट गरौँ है त साथीहरु
Draws in a nudge from the back and gets herself. Foul and a free kick there.
एकदमै थ्याङ्क यू छ है साथीहरु तपाईहरुलाई मेरो के रे च्यानललाई सब्स्क्राइब गर्नुभएको छ धन्यवाद छ तपाईहरुलाई सपोर्ट गरौँ है त तपाई
Rashmi Kumari. Floats in forward. Rekha strikes. And Rekha goes wide of the target.
राम्रोसँग बुझेको छैन र सर के जे भिडियो कति भयो यसको केमा छ यो लाइभ भन्नुभएको छ सरले इरानको 2 भयो भने नेपालको 0 छ है सर के गर्ने फिफा प्लसमा गएर हेर्नुस् न है त साथी
Thrown in attacking option. Nepal. For tactical replacement. Marzia Jaffrey would be delighted with the sort of performances her team has put up so far. Goes airborne this time, Anjila Subba. Hera, Pavitra. And backtracks.
कमेन्ट पनि गरौँ है साथीहरु कमेन्ट पनि म पढ्दै छु है त तपाईहरुको
Floated in by Rekha. Back with Sabitra Bhandari. Sabitra scanning her options. It's the ref. Goes towards a white shirt. Here's Zahra.
मुटु दुख्यो नेपाललाई सपोर्ट गर्नु नेपालले चाहिँ हान्नु पर्यो अब 3 गोल
Right possible move. Lays it down the line and finds Shabnam. Shabnam goes for goal. Oh my word! What a screamer! What an absolute screamer! Nepal are completely blown out. Iran are running away with it.
के खेल्यो हाफ टाइम पछि त साथीहरु के खेल्यो यार 3 गोल स्कोर 3 गोल भइसक्यो मुटु नै मेरो त दुखिसक्यो साथीहरु
Stand and admire that sort of a finish. It's been a complete capitulation in the last 10 minutes or so for Nepal. Shabnam Behesh take a bow. What a strike that was.
सरले भन्नुभयो प्लेयरहरु सबै इन्टरनेसनल हो वान गीता त छैन नि र गीता हुनुहुन्न र सर त्यही भएर गीता त खम्बै हो के रे 3 गोल गेममा फर्किनु पर्यो नेपाल टाइम त टन्नै छ नि अब अझै 57 भएको छ मात्रै अझै आउनु पर्यो गेममा चाहिँ आउनु पर्यो यो हाफ टाइम पछि के हो गेमै मिलेन केदार भुजेल सरलाई पनि वेलकम छ नेपालको चाहिँ कतापट्टि हो दाइ देखाउनु न नेपालको देखेको छैन र सर देखिनु पर्ने हो अलिकति क्लियर आएको छैन त्यही भएर होला सर म पनि नयाँ हो नयाँ च्यानल हो त्यही भएर अलिकति मलाई पनि देखाउँछु सर हेर्नुहोस् है त नेपालको चाहिँ
Ira taken out by Shabnam Behesh. Plays it towards Fatime Shaban. Fatime for Sara. Allows it to run through and change the feed in the end. Couldn't quite get hold of the ball. Back with Preeti once again. Zahira. Rekha down the touchline. 2v1 in that tight space in front of her. Gets dispossessed.
मल बहादुर रोकायो सरलाई पनि वेलकम छ किपर बदल्नु पर्छ अब साथी हो किपर बदल्नु पर्यो अब राजु बराम यो त म त पढ्दिन एन्जिला केटाहरूसँग व्यस्तबाट हुन्छ नि हो सर केदार भुजेल सरले अन्त हेर्न पनि मन लाग्नु छोड्यो सर 3 गोल खाइहाल्यो अब के गर्ने अब तर फिफा र्याङ्किङमा त अब नेपाल भन्दा त अब धेरै माथि हो अब के गर्ने अब
keeps it nice and low, a grounder and a brilliant finish. Sponsor run pretty quickly, well coordinated attack. It was all about getting into those spaces, getting herself in between the defenders there, the two centre backs. Finish was absolutely sublime. One the coach Marzia Jaffrey would be absolutely proud of.
Sorry sir.
Holding up. Yes, it's for injury concerns raised by Sara Didar.
Keeper ठीक थियो.
Things back.
सुरज सर अब पनि राम्रो छ भनौँ न
Shabnam Behesh, Shabnam.
अन्जना राणामा पनि राम्रै छ भनौँ न.
For Malika. There's Malika. Zahra back with Malika. one in that top
किन
corner.
सेलायो हाम्रो चेलीहरू अघिसम्म हाफ टाइम अगाडिसम्म त एकदम उ थियो नि त टक्कर थियो अहिले त किन सेलाएको हाम्रो चेलीहरू हान्नु पर्यो एक गोल चाहिँ एक गोल अब गोल चाहिँ हान्नु पर्यो जे होस्
Sabita
स्कोर
over to
बढाउनु
Sabita
पर्यो
Bhandari.
खेलमा फर्किनु पर्यो
Taking the ball in the middle of the park, has spotted the run coming in from Rekha Paurelo. Decent first touch, and the flag was up. Not sure if that was for a handball or
सुरज राई सरले हो के हो यो म त इङ्ग्लिस अलि बुझ्ने ट्राभल भनेपछि कुन च्यानलमा त देखाएको छ हो यो फिफा प्लसमा गएर हेर्नुहोस् न सर लाइभ
7 minutes and a thick bit left in the contest. Sara Didar. It's appeal for a handball there.
किन के भयो हाम्रो चेलीहरू के भयो नेपालको शानहरू के भयो किन सेलायो
Close one forward, a header! Hits the crossbar! And a hurried clearance by Pooja. Fatime Shaban was in definitely with the force. A bit unfortunate from her perspective. Looping one at that. Zera with a corner. Swept out. Been a game of two halves. Had decent opportunities in the first. Iran. A couple of them couldn't quite keep it on target. Especially from the set pieces, from the crosses. Bit still with the red shirt perhaps.
रिचेस थापा सरलाई पनि वेलकम छ है त कोच आउट होला जस्तो छ नेपाल कोच
What options they have on the bench? Got the likes of
पोपो
Saru Lembu.
छ सोल्टी
Can provide her services in
ल तपाईँलाई नि वेलकम छ है
the
सर
middle of the pitch.
पोपो
Iran are
सब्सक्राइब पनि गर्नु है साथीहरू सब्सक्राइब पनि एकदम
full authority.
सपोर्ट गर्नुहोस् है मलाई सपोर्ट गर्नुहोस् म पनि मेरो नयाँ च्यानल हो साथीहरू
Response so
एकदम
far
सपोर्ट
from
गर्नुहोस्
Nepal.
सब्सक्राइब गर्नुहोस् हामी सानो अलिक उ भएर तपाईँहरूलाई पनि म गर्छु सपोर्ट गर्छु सब्सक्राइब गर्छु तपाईँहरू पनि गर्नुहोस् है साथीहरू को हुनुहुन्छ के अरे युट्युबमा अब भ्लग तपाईँ केही गर्ने साथीहरू हुनुहुन्छ भने चाहिँ सब्सक्राइब गर्नुहोस् है म पनि तपाईँहरूलाई खोजी
Sabita, Rashmi, beg your pardon, takes it turns. Couldn't quite move forward. And again, Rekha for Rashmi. Rashmi goes for glory. Takes it on the chest, and that's a decent save. First real attempt coming in from Nepal. Lack power, lack venom. Kept it on target. Tried and test out the goalkeeper. Clean save in the end. Something to cheer for Nepal fans. Couple of changes for Nepal. Rekha Paurel goes out and Anita Bassett comes in.
कुमार तामाङ सरले भन्नुभयो के भयो लाइभ यो उतैबाट हो नेट उतैको चलेको छैन कि उतैबाट हो यो होइन के भयो यार भएन त हौ सरी है साथीहरू के भयो भयो
There's another look at that free kick from
तपाईँहरूलाई एकदम लाइभमा चाहिँ आउने चाहिँ एकदम कोसिस गरेँ भर्खर भर्खरै सुरु जारी भयो नि त भर्खरै आइपुग्यो ल हेर्नुहोस् है त साथीहरू ल
giving the ball again to those
मलाई
open
एकदम सपोर्ट
spaces.
गर्दै हेर्नुहोस् है त
Shabnam Behisht gets the last touch. Nepal has to score and has to score now. Okay, lets it roll across her body and goes back towards Atife. Fatime Shaban still giving it a chase against Bimla. Fatime does well, but Bimla stands tall to the task and knocks it out for a corner. Zera lets it fly, a header doesn't get the connection. Too many either for Hero as well. Bit sloppy, but does well to recover Anjana. That is something Nepal has been missing in this tournament, the absence of Geeta Rana. Sara skies it over. That is something she does ever so brilliantly. That is the strategy they deploy so effectively over the head of the back line in physical attributes. Overpowers the defenders and lets it fly towards the target. This time overhits it with the crossbar. There's Renuka. Savitra plays it back. Here's Sabita. One-on-one with Malika. Does well. Still Sabita. Finds Preeti. Some space in front. Preeti goes for goal. Raha. Safe as houses. Not shying away from taking her shots towards the target. Preeti Rai. One with the left foot. Just outside the box. A few minutes back, and this time with the right. A change. Hira goes out. And is replaced by another incoming player, Deepa Shahi.
Being replaced by jersey number 5, Manmaya Daman.
Get that information of the changes. Slide number 23, Deepa Shahi.
Hira Kumari being replaced by jersey number 23, Deepa Shahi.
There you have it, Deepa Shahi. Got injured the same game as did Hira Pujal. Both were out injured during the SAF Women's Championship game against Bhutan last year. Saba is out on the pitch for Iran for the last 6 minutes.
Number 9, Zahra Zakari being replaced by
fresh legs in the middle of the park for Nepal now. Deepa Shahi to complement Preeti Rai. Still Preeti. They have been kept at an arm's length in this fixture. Iran have been so good in terms of how they've played right throughout these 85 minutes. Sabita, Deepa, push forward towards Rashmi, looking for options. Sabita Bhandari is well covered there. Here's Deepa again, finding some space towards the right. Cross floated in. Preeti gets the shot blocked, finds a white shirt through Malika. Sara Dida still giving a chase. Ball is close to Jana. Just hurls it out for a throw-in. 4 minutes left in the normal time. It's a job well done already for Iran. Still fighting for it, still hustling for the ball there. Sara Didar was pinned down in that corner. 2v1. Takes it, tries to turn. Couldn't quite get the ball clean. It was a bit nasty in the end. Back with Sabita. He's held in his tracks. In her tracks there, Sabita is Renuka. Long ball forward. Couldn't quite get the clearance. Here's Sabita Bhandari. Preeti. Again on the transitions. Took a touch too many. Allowed the back line to reassemble, reorganize in the back. Zahra for Malika. Another change for Iran. Shabnam Behesh goes out. That allows Mariam Dini.
For Team Iran, jersey number 8, Shabnam Behesh being replaced by jersey number 90, Mariam Dini.
Scored an absolute screamer tonight. Shabnam Behesh. Zahra couldn't quite get it off Renuka. Here's Anita couldn't quite get it towards Rashmi. Back with Renuka again. Lets it fly towards the far left and find Sabita. Into the final minute. The ref has reached out to the pocket and scouting Zahra gets was for a handball there. It's going to be a free kick now in the final few seconds. Dying embers in the normal time. It's a clear handball. Cautiously just trying to push out from the red shirt's reach.
There will be 6 minutes of added time
Floated in.
the second half.
6 minutes have been added on as stoppages. It's going to be long 6 minutes from Nepal's perspective. Created a couple of chances, haven't been forceful, haven't been venomous to try and test out the goalkeeper. It's Preeti, robbed of the ball in the end by white shirt. Here's Samiksha. Deepa Shahi gets into the act. It's Renuka again. Get dispossessed. Ball finds Fatime. In the end, couldn't quite execute it. Just to post it towards the goalkeeper.
A couple of decent moves find themselves into those spaces from where they can affect the game or make the goalkeeper work.
That has been the telling difference between the two sides tonight. Iran, a couple of decent moves find themselves into those spaces from where they can affect the game or make the goalkeeper work. She was starting from an offside position there. Rashmi. Preeti. Deepa rolls it back for Preeti. Manmaya. It's Preeti. Let's put in a shift tonight. The number 18, Sabita Rana.
Sabita Rana.
Nicked away by Iran. Mariam Dini were with her major involvement. It's pulled out a card there, the ref.
Sabita trying to get into the act in what could be the final 90 seconds. Slip from Mariam Dini. That was outnumbered in the middle of the pitch. Is Renika now. Floats it forward. Sabita. Again, a clearance. Just been that sort of a day. As Iran, meanwhile, still want to score, still wants to come forward. Preeti. Rashmi. Anita. finds Sabitra Bhandari in that first touch. Sabita and nicked away by Iran once again. They have been pretty quick in terms of winning the possession back right throughout this fixture. The complaint was for a bit of a ducking there. Sara Didar. It's been a great game, played with a lot of intensity. Scoreless in the first half, and then Iran, just like they did a couple of nights back, comes back pretty strongly and gets the job done. Mariam lofts one into those open spaces. Sanjana read that beautifully. Can they try and get something out of this fixture in the final few seconds left? Quick throw in towards Rashmi. Taken away by Iran. Here's Preeti. Takes it, turns. Back with Nepal. Still will be with Nepal with 10 seconds to go. Launches one in the air for Sara Didar to retrieve it. Just one in the air for Sara Didar to retrieve it. Just one in the air for Sara Didar. That's the end of the business for tonight, says the ref. And it's a job well done for Iran. They won the first one a couple of nights back and have won the second one tonight. 3-0 in favor of Iran tonight. After a goalless first set of 45 minutes, they came back pretty strongly in the second one. Sara Didar once again leading the light with a goal to start off with. That was swiftly followed by Zahra Ghanbari. Then a brilliant strike.
Are officially the champions of the AIFF Women's Tri-Nation International Tournament 2025. Let's have a big round of applause for Team Iran. You're champions for this tournament.
There you have it, 2-2 for them. And the crowned champions of this Tri-Nation tournament here in India. Beat India, the host, in the first fixture by 2-0. 2 goals courtesy Sara Didar and